How long have I not shot this show, you guys? But this is 2023. Welcome back to Personal Space. I am Ianthia Ferguson, your host. And guess what? Today, we are going to be chatting with someone who is literally going to space. She is Bahamian. She is a woman. She is gold. Let's meet Aisha Bowe. Oh my goodness, Aisha. I feel like this moment has come full circle for us. I think we first met in 2015.
Years ago.
Yes, years ago. When I first interviewed you, you were just back in the Bahamas doing some work at a local school. I had just quit my job, like about maybe 5 months prior.
Right.
And I was like still trying to find my way and trying to figure out what I want to do. And that interview was so good. So it's so good to see you back here, back in the Bahamas. Welcome back.
Happy to be here.
Yes. So thank you so much for sitting with me and having this interview. But I want to jump right on into it. So I saw Aisha recently at an event that we both attended where she was a keynote speaker for International Women's Day. And she announced that she is going to space. Like, I'm not even going to save the good stuff for the end. We're going to jump right on in. You're literally going out of this world into space. Like, talk to me a little bit about that. And then we'll talk about how you got there.
Yeah.
What is it like? Like, how does one prepare to go into space?
Well, I think the first thing is you got to watch your diet because you need to make sure you can fit into your spacesuit. But for me, the campaign is about women. It's about girls. It's about people in the Caribbean having an opportunity to learn that the sky is no longer the limit.
Literally.
Literally, right? And so for me, it's been a year-long effort to get people engaged and also do a lot of work here. I mean, it's the 50th anniversary of independence.
Yes.
What better time to talk about the future of the nation than now?
Exactly. And she is Bahamian. She is all woman. She is gold. Like we said, she's going into space. But talk to me a little bit about your journey in engineering and aerospace. Like, how did you even get involved in all of this?
I literally fell into it. I had no desire to be in science, math, or technology. All I really wanted to do was get a degree and not live with my parents. Like, that was the goal, right? Get out of the house.
Yep.
And what I realized was that I spent so many years thinking that I couldn't do things, and so I didn't do them. And once I started to kind of look at, well, why did I think that way? A lot of it had to do with external things, right?
Yeah.
Things that guidance counselors or people at the high school had said. It wasn't really about what I was capable of doing. And so I set about living a big life. I wanted to allow myself to dream by setting these giant goals and working towards them. And so I went from being in community college to studying aerospace to working at NASA and to eventually founding my own tech company. And then coming right back here to help people do the same.
I love it. I love the fact that you always bring it back home and you always come back home to help. But talk about high school a little bit, because at that event, you also said that you had a teacher who said to you, well, you admitted yourself that you weren't that great a student, right?
No,
and I think that could be said for a lot of us in high school, junior high school. But your teacher said to you that, oh, just go do cosmetology.
Yeah.
Just go do hair, just go do nails. Like, how does one crawl out of that? How does one crawl out of that to become what you are today?
You know, I just got tired of feeling bad. And it's not that these things are a bad idea to pursue. It was just the limiting, like, this is all that I think that you could do. And I really had to say, is that true? Is that right? It was the first time in my life that I really thought about what other people said to me. And I realized that I thought that she was wrong. In fact, I knew she was wrong, and I was determined to prove her wrong. And once I realized that I could do more and I could be more, I became obsessed with figuring out, okay, well, what does that mean? I mean, that's how I ended up here, because I said, you know what? I want my story to be a testament to pushing boundaries and what happens when you believe in yourself. Because eventually everybody else will come along and they'll be like, I knew you could do it. And you're like, what?
You didn't say this back then.
Like 10 years ago, like, wait, what? But here, here I am and here we are. And what I love about this, because what you guys don't know is, I was at the event and I was waving at you. I was like, hey, hi. I remember people who interviewed me back before my name was like a household name. And you remember, because I was like, hey.
Yes,
and
we had a moment.
You were like, oh. And I'm like, look, you know, I've been out here since 2015
yes.
trying to create this path for people to see. And so, like, sometimes you just have to do the work, right?
I agree. You have to. But see, there are other girls like you right now in school who probably aren't the best students, and there are teachers out there telling them, just go be a cosmetologist, or just go work a secretary job, or what would you say to that little girl, that little black Bahamian girl?
I would tell them to believe in themselves and to truly invest in their dreams. Like, the way that society is constructed now is not the way it's going to operate in the future. We're watching people make millions off of learning digital skills. IoT, it's a thing. I'm running a company, and while I have a degree, and you should get a degree, get the degree. What makes me successful is my tenacity. It's my courage. It's my confidence, because I'm leading an organization where I don't have a master's in business. I did not go to school to run this company, but it's successful. And that's where we are now. You can make money with a laptop, with technical skills, and a dream, and people need to understand that.
Yeah, I love that. And so now you're here, and you are doing such amazing things, and I see your mom looking on from the sidelines. And so to be a woman, to be black, to be Caribbean, my mind just ran on Rihanna, because we have like Aisha Space from the Bahamas going to space, Aisha Bowe, from the Bahamas going to space, and then we have Rihanna from Barbados who just did the Super Bowl. Like, black Caribbean women, we are doing it, we are killing it. And so I'm just want to thank you and applaud you for everything that you're doing. Now let's talk about this conch chowder you're about to take to space. Not only are you taking the Bahamian flag on your patch, but you're taking some conch chowder. Let me know how that's gonna go down. Is it creamy or is it tomato based? Because I like creamy.
It's tomato based.
Okay.
It's tomato based. It's Grey Cliff conch chowder that we're gonna freeze dry. My uncle's the executive chef there, and so he's blessing it. But I really want to do something where not only does the Bahamas have an opportunity to participate, but one of my spacesuits is going to live here. And so we're going to bring that back. It's part of the rollout for the 50th, but people are literally going to be able to see a space-qualified suit with a Bahamian patch here.
Do you know how big that is? Do you realize how big that is? Like, have you taken the moment to just sit in that accomplishment?
I'm working on it.
Why do we do that? Why do we do a thing and then be like, oh, on to the next?
I'm bad at that too, but like, I've just been so fixated on getting it done, right? I want people to understand that this story is our story too, and we exist. And I'm not the only one. I'm just the one that people may see or they may know. There are many other Bahamians or people who have Caribbean descent who are working in NASA, who are working in these high technology areas, and they deserve to be seen. And so I want to post up right by where the cruise ships come in, and I want them to be able to come and see the Bowe and Space Museum. Bring your kids, see the contributions that this country has made and the people to global innovation and space exploration.
So you spoke a little bit about watching your diet and watching what you eat, so no peas and rice, no macaroni, no potato salad. I'll eat them for you, okay?
Okay.
You don't eat it, I'll eat it for you. But what else are you doing for prepping to going into space? Because I imagine that's no easy feat.
Yeah, and so I think for me the key thing is not feeling like when I hit microgravity, I don't know what it feels like. I don't want to get up there and be floundering around. I want to take my little seatbelt off and float out like a gazelle, right? Maybe do a backflip, wave the flag, get some really good pictures. And so I will be going on a zero-G flight, which is a series of parabolas that's designed to expose people to microgravity. I've actually written to some fighter pilots to see if they'd be willing to take me up in one of their jets, so I can get an experience of taking like 6 or 7 Gs in the chest and see what that feels like, right? Because when that rocket turns on, that's a pretty intense feeling. You need to be able to breathe. You want to know what that feels like. In addition, there are just some psychological things, meditation, mindfulness, being able to be present in the moment so that I can truly enjoy the entire experience, in addition to all of the training that's required.
Listen, that is fantastic. I don't know exactly when you're gonna go. I don't know what's planned for it, but I'm gonna need like a watch party. I'm gonna need like a video, some photos. Get that TikTok up, because we gotta see you going.
Exactly, we're working on that. I literally just created an account and I'm trying to figure out how to use TikTok right now. I feel like I need to talk to you know, like a high school student or something.
Yeah,
give me
that
a
would
primer.
be the best person,
Give
okay?
me a primer.
I'm still learning myself. I'm like, what is this again? Like, I gotta learn something new.
Yes.
But TikTok is the way to go. It's good. And I am so proud of you. Like, just Bahamian woman to Bahamian woman. Like you said, we've been doing this from before people really even knew.
Not even new.
So every time you come to town, I'm gonna try and find you. We need to hang. We need to go to the Great Cliff, try some of that clown chowder. But Aisha, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
This has been awesome. This has been amazing. Thank you guys for watching Personal Space. And you will see Aisha Bowe with the Bahamian patch in space. I promise you.